This is NewsBreak26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. An innovative project is transforming the community of Blacks Harbour. What was once a shuttered grocery store on Main Street has now become a thriving indoor farm, thanks to the efforts of ECW, local nonprofit. Inside this repurposed space, rows of leafy greens grow in glowing vertical towers.
In this grow room, we're growing leafy greens and herbs. So we have some arugula, various types of lettuce, some kale, and then herbs like basil and cilantro. So we're growing things that we know the community wants and that people use in their day-to-day lives, but can only be grown seasonally outdoors. So that's why we've taken them indoors to grow them year-round.
This is Project Village Indoor Farm, an initiative aimed at providing fresh, locally grown produce to a rural area previously considered a food desert. By using controlled environment agriculture, the farm is able to grow crops year-round, free from the challenges of pests and bad weather. Each tower can hold up to 44 plants with a carefully managed rotation system that allows for harvest and replanting every 4 weeks. Brian Goggin, the farm manager, is enthusiastic about this project's impact.
The ultimate goal is to become a food hub. So we want this building and this farm to be a space where people can come, access local food, and especially the vegetables that we grow indoors and outdoors. And also a place where people can connect to their local food sources and kind of become more familiar with where your food comes from. I find there is a bit of a disconnect between people and their food sources.
You can find ECW farm products at a number of Charlotte County vendors, as well as restaurants like The Kitchen in Blacks Harbour. And as of this past week, people can now buy fresh produce directly from the farm's storefront on Main Street, bringing the farm's bounty right to the neighborhood. Prices are competitive and are often less than what you'd pay for similar items in a grocery store.
We're in St. Andrews at the Spice Box and at the Farmers Market every Thursday, and we're at the St. Stephen Farmers Market every Friday. And starting now and in the coming months, you'll be able to buy it here in Blacks Harbour from this building. We've also sold to a few restaurants and stores around St. Stephen and in Blacks Harbour, like at Stewart's Village Mart as well.
The launch of this indoor farm not only addresses the immediate needs of the Blacks Harbour community and beyond, but also aligns with New Brunswick's broader goal of increasing its self-sufficiency in food production. As the province aims to double its indoor farming space by the end of this year, projects like these are leading the way.
We worked a lot with the Department of Agriculture, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but a statistic in New Brunswick is that 9% of the fresh greens and fresh produce we grow here in New Brunswick stays in New Brunswick, and 91% is actually exported. So when you look at a statistic like that, there's a real opportunity to have fresh, local, year-round produce growth that is available for our community members. So that's an ultimate goal that we have. We are a not-for-profit organization, so we're working off a social enterprise model, which means that a large amount of the product that we have as well is being set aside as we continue to grow for community kitchens and local food banks and community school programs.
ECW plans to host a community event for Charlotte County to formally launch the indoor farm later this summer. 2 captivating exhibits are bringing history to life on Ministers Island. CHCO's Mallory Thompson drove across the ocean floor to find out more.
Ministers Island holds familiar attractions like the Ocean View Trails, the 50-room Van Horn Mansion, and Sunday concerts that maintain the island's visiting. But recently, Ministers Island added an extra art exhibit to the list of attractions. Within the first 5 days of the exhibit being open to the public, it garnered more than 1,000 visitors. Susan Gertson is the tour manager for Ministers Island.
It is an art exhibit and an exhibit on William Van Horn, so we have many items, some paintings, some written stuff of his, things that we've never seen before, people probably never seen. It's here for 3 months.
This exhibit is open until September 30th. Other upcoming events on the island include Railfest 2024, which displays Sir William Van Horn-inspired Lego creations.
We have Railfest coming up on July 27th to August 5th. So that's Lego. It's in the bathhouse. It'll be set up and people with a day pass or a membership can come and see it at no extra charge. It's going to be all trains and stations and buildings made out of Lego.
Ministers Island is holding Railfest from July 27th to August 5th. a family-friendly way to celebrate our history on New Brunswick Day weekend through seeing and creating your own historic Lego builds.
A lot of people come here, have no idea who William Van Horn is, and after they've been here, they're just amazed by what he built and what he did for Canada.
With New Brunswick Day weekend fast approaching, the new art exhibit and Railfest 2024 are both wonderful ways to celebrate the history of our region. I'm Mallory Thompson, CHCO NewsBreak26, Ministers Island.
That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and online exclusives, follow me, Vicki Hogarth, on Facebook and subscribe for free to CHCO TV on YouTube.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.